Hello boys and girls, welcome to little Minecraft review. We are standing at Boombox Dragon's little lighthouse, which I like very much. It is the steeple style of a lighthouse where a little house is attached to it, and this house is built of very careful material, bricks. So we see Boombox had to gather clay and burn it to have enough of it, and pine wood roof, which matches or contrasts with the bricks very well. And yes, those birch wood supports of that I don't know how I shall call it, the wider crown of the lighthouse is a nice touch. But why am I here is this house down here. This has been built by DJChalky, and I've promised him that I will do a little video about it, because it's quite nice for a house which is built on a temporary map. And as we know, things on temporary maps are not going to last forever. Nobody is sure how long we will stay on this, and yet DJChalky's put lots of effort into a nice building like this. First of all, these gravel paths are nice. It is what I liked to use in Dogville, and what I will probably use further. And I think I've seen it at Steebles using gravel paths as well. So it's an established way to do some minor roads, and this is DJChalky himself. He must have joined right now. Oh yes. Okay, so I had a look in this house before, and what I like about it is the somewhat unusual fence. Sorry, it's not the fence made of wood blocks, but rather it's a little wall made of smooth stone. And we'll have a look into the garden in a moment. As you see, the house is a quite simple design. It has a somewhat cubic form, and it's not there are not too many materials spent on it, but it's pine wood, like raw construction of pine wood stuffed with well, how do you say, careful combination of smooth stone and cobblestone. And using cobble here is something I actually like. I think that the cobble does a good job here. Cobble is usually considered as an ugly building material, and it is if you build only buildings made of cobble. But this particular pattern of smooth stone, cobble, and pine wood makes it actually look nice here. Well, what we see here is a classical doorbell and little windows for the inhabitants to peek into who is ringing the bell and waiting at the door. And we also see how this house looks like inside. The idea is to have a wooden floor made of this half stone, this half height blocks, which is a little challenge for making the interior. And I think DJChalky did it very well here. For example, you barely notice that this is actually is the first stairs block. It looks like the first stairs block would begin here on the somewhere in between these two guys. And having a floor, a half stone floor like this, half height floor like this, enables you, but also requires you to have stuff like libraries begin half block higher, and usually what you do is you put a full wood block below it. But as it is everywhere, you don't immediately notice it because it looks so natural. And it was one of the last things I noticed on this house, and when I went into this room and saw, what's this? This is interesting. First of all, I like this construction of the table, having a glass block below the table desk. Every time I build a table like this, or a table in general, I like to use these smooth stone half blocks for a desk, for a top desk. But then I have the problem, well, I want something like the support of the table, like a table, the legs, and I use usually fence. But I seeing this as a glass below it is a nice thing, or is a nice alternate way to do it. And of course, this also, it's like this stairs blocks for sitting is like having a chair without a thing to lean on. So that's nice to see something different that people usually do, and that I usually do, that I post or put a full stair block in the function of a chair here. So first I wondered, how did he manage? We don't have this quarter blocks which would be put here. And then I realized, oh yes, of course, it's because the whole floor is half block. And what we see here is half stone or half block smooth stone impression of it, because we immediately have this wooden floor as base and ground. So we think, what the hell, how did he manage to do half stone smooth stone blocks? Yes, so this is a room full of furnaces and probably some storage, and yes, nice cake. The bookshelves are here, nice things for decoration. And we also see nice placement of the windows, and it somehow the windows are placed in a way that that the stairs don't interfere with them. In the whole house, the window style is narrow, one block height window, sometimes 2 blocks, sometimes 1 block, as we saw here at the front door. And the rooms have some comfortable touch, like with these pictures. It feels homely and comfortable, and they are well lit by these torches. Let's have a look upstairs. We have another half stone or half height floor, and 2 more rooms for rent or whatever for another inhabitants. This looks very much like a shared house, or house to share with another people. Birchwood table and jukebox, some storage, and a nice double bed. A small bedroom for a couple. And here, what do we have here? The same room, just mirrored. I can almost think it's like a hotel. Now, before we go one more level up, what is written here? Actually, I should read this sign. Guest room, of course, yes. And this is DJChalky's room. Oh yes. So you see, DJChalky gives guests the same comfort as he offers, or offers the guest the same comfort as he has for himself. Now, this is a nice idea, or basically the one straightforward way. How do you make doors on a level which has half-height floor? You have to make this full-height block before it and after it, and it adds a nice touch. If you pass through the door, it makes you feel like, oh yes, oh, there is another. It's another thing to walk over, and it separates the rooms from each other even more than a single door would do on a full height floor. Well, this is not nothing more than a bigger window of viewing the nice landscape. Yes, it's a strange thing, or somewhat unusual, and thing about it, and which I like, is that it's 1.5 height open. It's 1.5 by 2, and yes. Looking at the torches, I see these rooms are well lit. It's night time, and I have enough. Yet I have enough light to feel comfortable here. Now, we cannot climb these ladders from here. We have to jump up a bit, but that's okay. And this is what the topmost level looks like. I like these coves or these two things which cover the ladders. So somehow make a careful impression on me. And yes, just a rooftop with the possibility of having a party here, or building some nice things and relaxing upstairs here. Free for some invention and improvisation there. Now I think it's time to get downstairs again and have a look at the lovely garden this way. Again, we have this door. Now, this is an almost symmetrical garden with a nice fountain here composed into the wall. Sorry. With lightstone and mossy cobblestone, which makes it different from the other things in the garden, and which is of course wanted. The fountain is something special here, and it's the somewhat like a hallmark of this whole garden. We have lots of flowers here and lots of flowers here. Not the same way. It's not so that's something which breaks the symmetry, which is quite good. And also this tree, which I like. The placement of it is just fine. Now, and these opportunities for sitting and relaxing, and this. I didn't. I didn't mean to do it. Let's put it back. Hopefully, nothing will happen. Okay. Yep. Yeah, so just sitting here and watching the ponds is very feels very homely and comfortable, relaxing. one thing I noticed about this fountain is that what I would do differently is the back side of it. I would probably use smooth stone and just light it up temporarily. I would, for you to see it, I will remove them later. I would just use smooth stone instead of these cobblestones, and of course also fill this one block space and make it like a you know what I mean. It's a smooth wall, but with this extra buckle for the fountain, but made of smooth stone, so that it doesn't feel that alien on this wall. Okay, that's all. Probably I would spend 3 more dirt blocks covering, or for a continuous ring of soil and grass around this wall. Also here, fill it so that it is continuous. But all in all, quite nice build for a temporary map, with a nice pattern made of just pine wood, smooth stone and cobble. Not too much materials. It's nice when houses are built of multiple materials, but it's not that nice if you try to use everything and you combine everything with everything, and then it looks too wild. This is just fine for a house to be called made of multiple materials, and it has a nice clean style, consistent in itself, rooms built with enough care that it makes an above standard house, particularly if you imagine that this is all on temporary map, so this all will vanish, and when we move to the real map. So I recorded it just so that we don't forget it completely. Probably this hole before the house was meant as an additional design element. Maybe it arose from creeper holes here, but it somehow, when you approach the house, makes you look at it from below, noticing the lighthouse of Boombox Dragon, and then you approach it from below as being in awe before this whole construction. I guess that making this hole was intended as well, and is as well a part of the design of the house. Yes. Okay, the surroundings are lit well enough so that no evil mob should spawn here, but they don't spawn here because we are on peaceful. Never mind. Nevertheless, I think it's okay. I like if the environment is lit up as well, or at least if it is safe to travel around and walk around it. I don't like houses, come and see my house, and then 3 zombies attack me because the person didn't light it up. So this is just fine for me. I think this is a nice little hotel which DJChalky can be proud of, and seeing 2 sheep, 2 times log 2. Yes, which he can use for renting rooms, I think, and it's pleasant to stay here. The landscape all over is very nice to explore. It's really fascinating. You have a nice desert there, and the mountains are just nice to look at here. So feel free to visit it. I better not show the coordinates if I'm afraid of griefers, but just ask around, and kind people, if you will be deemed trustworthy, they will tell you the coordinates of this little place, and you shall see the progress of Boombox Dragon's lighthouse. And it seems like other people have already moved in, and started to build some other houses around here, and this whole place got a wall around it, so it seems like a growing, somewhat closed community here, and maybe we'll see some interesting builds around here as well, so feel free to explore it. You see, building on temp map can be rewarding as well, and fun as well, so it's not just that it sucks. You can do nice things on temp map. You have time enough to make them. Okay, see you in another video then.